Hey there, fifth graders. Today is either Wednesday, November 4th, or Thursday, November 5th. Can you believe it that it's already November? I don't know what happened in October and September, but we're getting close to like Thanksgiving and then December, then it'll be a whole new year. And we're probably all ready for this year to be over. But I am very excited that you are working with me, and we are going to get going on our story for today. So you guys, it's Wednesday, Thursdays. We always do one of these stories, or as of right now, that's what we're doing. And today's is called Welcome Aboard, and it is the one with the ship on it. So look for the date at the top, because the date is at the top. Way up there, it says date either 11/4 or 11/5, depending on if you're A or B day, and it has the ship on it. So, welcome aboard, and there's a picture of a ship. What do you think this is going to be about? What is your prediction? Based on that, and maybe what you know, what could this story be about? You can either read this on your own or listen to me read, or I guess if you want to read at the same time as me, go for it. But I'm going to read the story, and then we are going to do the questions and the writing. Okay, let's get started. Welcome aboard! You are going on a cruise. A cruise is a special kind of vacation on a large ship. Cruise ships travel to many different places. When you take a cruise, you sleep in a special room called a cabin. I'm going to pause right there. Have you ever been on a cruise? I personally have not, but I know quite a few people who either know someone like your parents or a friend or yourself who has gone on a cruise before. Have you gone on a cruise, and did you like it? If you've not gone on one, would you like to go on one? I'm not big on like rocking motions of boats. I kind of get sick, and I know you can take medication for that, but I don't know if cruises are for me. I'd probably do it if like everyone's doing it, but I don't know if it'd be for me, but some people love them. Okay, now back to it. So you sleep in something called a cabin. It's not the cabin you might be thinking of like in the middle of woods because you're on a ship. Cabins are not very big, but they have beds and bathrooms. Most people don't spend very much time in their cabins, though. That is because there is so much to do on a cruise. Very true. I've heard there's lots of fun things to do. Different cruises last for different amounts of time. Some cruises last for 4 days, and others last longer. Some last as long as 2 weeks. How crazy would that be to be on a ship for 2 weeks? I mean, you get off and do fun things on land, but 2-week vacation. Whew. During the cruise, the ship makes stops in different places. You can get off the ship and visit those places while the ship is there. While you're visiting, you can swim, hike, or explore. You can shop, take a walk, try a new activity, or just sit and relax. Then, it is time to get back on board the ship so that you can go to the next place on your cruise. But don't worry, there's so much you can do on the cruise ship that you won't get bored. So not only can you get off and do fun things on land at different cool locations, there's also fun things to do on ships. Let's hear about some of those. Most cruise ships have pools. You can go swimming on board the ship. So you're on a ship that has a pool. How cool would that be? Many cruise ships have games and contests you can enter. They also have plays, shows, and other fun activities. Some offer miniature golf and tennis. Where was I? Some cruise ships even offer rock climbing. You never get hungry on a cruise either. Cruise ships have several restaurants and other places to eat. No matter what kind of food you like, you'll find it on a cruise ship. So there are several restaurants, which means there are more than one restaurant. So imagine how big this ship needs to be to have pools, have cabins for everyone, to have multiple restaurants, to have places for like games, like big ballrooms, like big open rooms to do this stuff. Some even have like water slides, but then it also needs to have like room for the motor and everything else technical. So imagine just how massive these ships are. That's crazy to me. Many people work on cruise ships to help keep you safe and be sure you have a good time. The captain is in charge of the ship. The cruise director is the person who organizes the activity, so they like come up with all the fun things that you can do. There are other crew members too. All of them are there to answer questions, make sure the ship is safe, and make sure you enjoy yourself. So it's pretty awesome that these cruise ships have all these fun things to offer, and they don't just like go around the United States. Like you can take cruises all over the world. you might need to fly. I know, like, sometimes you have to fly to, like, Florida to go take one, or sometimes you got to go to, like, different countries. But they're kind of fun if that is the type of trip you would like to take. We are going to go on to our questions. You can pause this video as many times as you need to. Always remember that. You can listen to the questions as many times as you need to. And if you need help, let me know. You can, like, email me, call me. We can video chat. Since I get a little lonely here at school, no one else is here with me right now. But if you need me, I'm more than happy to help. Okay, number 1. Does the title provide enough information to make a prediction about the text? So the title was Welcome Aboard. Did that give us enough information to predict what our story is going to be about? What do you think? A, yes, it tells the reader that the text is about being aboard a train. It says welcome aboard, so could that be talking about a train? B, yes, it tells the reader the text is about being aboard cruise ships. Okay. No. C is no. The text could be about boarding a train, a ship, or an airplane. So no, you don't really know what you're getting aboard. Could that be true? Because it says welcome aboard. Do we know if you're getting on a plane, a train, a car, a boat? The title's not really telling us that. So could it be C, where it says no, it's not being exact? And D, no, the text could be about being bored in a car. So that's where you're like, oh, there's nothing to do, and being bored in a car. I'm going to say not that one. So think about that. It says welcome aboard. And yes, there's a picture, but imagine we don't have that picture. Imagine it just says welcome aboard with no picture. Would you know what it's talking about? Would you go, oh, that's about cruise ships? Because I know for me, I might not have gone there. I might have gone, well, welcome aboard. I'm pretty sure that's what they say when you get on a train. They go, welcome aboard. Or that's what I imagine. I think of like Polar Express. So that's what I kind of think of. So would it be a yes or no? Okay. Let me go back to the questions. Number 2. As a reader would most likely read this text too. So why would someone read this? What's the purpose? A, find out what cruise is like. Yeah, it kind of gives you an information. B, to learn how to play tennis. C, to find out where to go swimming. D, to learn how to become a captain. Captain's one charge of the ship. Which one of those fits the story? This is probably the easiest question in this whole thing. You should get it correct. 3, most people do not spend time in their blank, even though they sleep in them. So where do they sleep on a cruise ship? We stopped and talked about this. A, hotel rooms. B, bedrooms. C, cabins. Or D, bed chambers. I kind of like that word. Okay, so which one did we talk about? If you don't remember, it was in paragraph 1. So look in the first paragraph, go back and check, pause my video, read through it a little, or skim if the reading's a little too difficult, and look for those key words that are these answers. So look for the answers and see if any of them are in that paragraph, okay? But we did stop and talk about it, so I'm hoping that you recall it and remember it in your brains. 4, which sentence is true? A, all cruises last for 1 week. Every single one of them is 1 week. We also read about that, and I kind of stopped and pointed it out too. So if you don't remember, that is in paragraph 2. B, most cruises have one restaurant, only one. C, cruises have many games, shows, and activities. So do they have lots of different games, activities, and shows? D, the cruise director is in charge of the cruise ship. Okay? If you're confused on if that answer is correct, that would be in the last paragraph. Okay? And you can go back, skim through, and kind of look for it if you can. But we did talk about that one, so I hope that you all remember. 5, people who like to blank will probably enjoy a cruise. So people who like to do which of these things would like a cruise? A, people who like to be alone. Think about it, you're on the ship for a certain amount of time with lots of people. B, people who like to rest and do like nothing really. C, people who like to try new activities. So if you like trying new activities, do you think a cruise would be a good fit for you? Or D, people who like to play video games. Which one of those is the best fit for our story about cruise ships? Sorry, my hands are very, very dry and they're kind of hurting, so that's why I'm putting lotion on randomly in this video. 6, which is not. Look at the keyword not. If you have a pencil, highlighter, marker, anything in your hand, underline the word not, because that is a huge part of our question and I don't want you to get confused. Which is not something people can do on a cruise ship? A, shop. B, play tennis. C, swim. Or D, hike. Which is not something they can do on the ship. So when you're physically on the ship. Okay? Once you have those answered, we're going to go on to do the writing. And my phone's ringing, so we're just going to ignore the person who's ringing me right now. And I can't pause the video, so you're just going to hear it ring, and I'll continue on when it's done ringing. I'm guessing it's Mrs. Sybil. I'll call her back. Okay, the writing. Have you ever been on a cruise ship? So that's kind of a question I asked you when you're reading. What activities did you do? What activities would you like to do on a cruise ship? So if you've gone on a cruise, tell me about it. If you've not gone on a cruise, tell me if you would like to. If you would like to go on a cruise ship, say, yes, I would like to go on one because, and say some of the fun things you would like to do. I'd like to see new places. I'd like to go swimming on a ship. I think it'd be fun. If you would not, so this would be my answer. I might go, I don't want to go on a cruise, and here's why. I don't like being on a ship. I might feel trapped being stuck on a ship for so long, and it just doesn't sound fun to me. So I need you to write 3 sentences today. 1, 2, 3, about if you've gone on a trip. So if you have, write about that, and if you liked it, what you did. And then the other one is, would you like to go on a cruise ship if you've not? And yes, I would. No, I would not. So you have many options, but I need 3 sentences. Just tell me it. Would you like to go on it? Yes or no? And then if you have, tell me all about it. And if you would like to go on it, what fun activities would you want to do? If you don't want to go on it, why don't you want to go on it? Sorry, I just kind of made that probably way more confusing than it needed to be, but my bad. So write that. If you need any help, let me know, and keep up the great work. Bye.